Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the PTR for patch 6.1. Now, Warlords of Draenor brought some very big changes to professions. Some might say for the better, some might say for the worst. But in patch 6.1 regardless, some help is going to come along to allow you to gain your materials a little bit more quickly. If you go to your command table, you might find that you have a profession mission waiting for you. And it will be based off the profession buildings which you have in your garrison. I currently have a dual crafting building and also an enchanting building. If you successfully complete the mission, you will gain yourself a rush order reward, which will immediately complete 5 active work orders at that profession building. So let's now see this in practice. If I go to the dual crafting building and I'm going to start 5 work orders straight away. I've got none currently on the go. So there we go. There are the 5 work orders. I right click onto the rush order and it immediately completes everything. There's no cast time or anything like that. It's a right click, boom, all done. So let's have another look at that again. So again, there's the work order guy. Going to place these 5 work orders because each rush order completes 5 work orders. Then there they are again, working away, right click, kaboom. It will immediately do that. You don't have to do them in increments of 5 either. I'm at the Enchanter's Study. I'm going to place 10 work orders because I have 2 rush orders for the Enchanter's Study as well. Right click, wait for the global cooldown to run off, right click again, and it's immediately completed these 10 work orders. It's a very quick and simple way of getting yourself some more materials pretty quickly. So why do I need this boost to my profession items? Well, in patch 6.1 there's going to be a change to profession gear as well. Instead of going up 3 stages, it will now go up an additional stage to 4. So you could fully upgrade a piece of armor up to item level 680. You can also get weaponry up to 670. So is this the only way to get hold of rush orders? Well, no, there's also another means as well. The new Garrison Quartermasters, which are being added in patch 6.1, that's going to be Sergeant Grimjaw for the Horde side, and for the Alliance side, you're going to get Sergeant Crowler as yours. They too will be offering rush orders, but they won't be for the profession buildings. They will be offering them for a cost of garrison resources, and for 300 you'll be able to get a rush order for either the herb garden or for the mine. For 1,000 you'll be able to complete instantly a rush order for either the barn, the gladiator's sanctum, the dwarven bunker / war mill, or you've got the gnomish gearworks or the goblin workshop. So they're quite a hefty price to pay. You might as well, to be perfectly honest with you, wait for your command table to proc some for you, unless of course you're in absolute desperate need and garrison resources aren't an issue for you. Now, I can't be the only person that's had to be called down for some tall buildings by the Samaritans due to your Garrison Mine. There came a point where I was realising, why am I still mining it? I have thousands of ore. But help is on hand to at least make that bit of crazy go a little bit quicker in 6.1. Number 1, the miner's pick will actually work now and really quickly mine these nodes. And also, the miner's coffee will stack up to 5 times, allowing you, and this is a regular speed, I haven't sped up the video at all, to absolutely rush through your garrison mine and grab the nodes as quickly as humanly possible. Maybe, just maybe, you might be out before you realise you still don't need the bloody ore. But that said, if you are to leave the mine, be cautious, because once you have gone outside the door, within a couple of seconds, regardless of what time is left on the buffs, they will drop. If you attempt to go back into the mine afterwards, you would have to reapply fresh buffs if you wanted to continue there. Now, if cooking is your bag, then good news as well for patch 6.1. You'll be able to cook up some self-buff food, increasing the stat that you desire by 120 5. I'm glad this change has actually been brought in, because it just made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever why on earth the barn was the only building that could provide the best buff food in the game. No sense. But there you go. That's been dumped. It's a nice little change. If you are one of the tens of, well, just tens, I think, of people that actually enjoy fishing in the World of Warcraft, there's been a few tweaks to it in 6.1 as well. Firstly, bait. It now lasts 10 minutes, up from 5, doubling its duration, so you have twice as much fun fishing. I think. You can now also catch enormous fish from pools regardless of what fishing skill you currently have. And you'll be able to purchase an item from vendors as well, which will allow automatic filleting of fish which you have caught in Draenor. And all those different sizes of savage piranha that you're having so much difficulty with, I know, I've got no idea either. They've all been consolidated into one, so we can all have loads of fun fishing in Draenor. Yeah, I'll move on to the next profession. Alchemists, let's face it, Warlords of Draenor hasn't been particularly kind to you, and thankfully in 6.1 you do get a wee bit of love. You'll be able to transmute savage blood using the various sorcerous elements which you can get from the other professions, and also you'll be able to craft an upgradable alchemy trinket, which is about time, let's face it. So that should go all the way from rank 1 to rank 4 from the get-go, making sure you have a 480 level trinket by the time you've finished. And speaking of professions which need some love, let's face it, Archaeology was pretty much shot in the foot from the very day that it came into the World of Warcraft. And patch 6.0 didn't do it any massive favours either. Although Blizzard did introduce some rather cute looking pets and stuff to be dug up in Archaeology, there was a bit of a problem. You see, to get the top end ones required 250 fragments. You could only hold 200 fragments, and with each dig site offering between 5 and 9 fragments per dig, if you got stranded on 196 to 199 fragments for some bizarre inexplicable reason, the game would say to you, "I'm sorry, the number of fragments you've dug up does not take you exactly to 200. Please sit on my middle finger." So you needed 3 of the special items which compensate for 25 fragments regardless of which race it was actually pertaining to, be it the Arakoa Cipher, the Draenor Clan Orator Cane, or the Ogre Missive. Well, in patch 6.1, things get simplified rather. Number 1, you can hold up to 250 fragments now, up from 200. Also, all the rare digs now no longer cost any more than 200. Wait a minute, that's really odd. So you're saying that the rares have gone down from 250 to 200, and we've gone up from 200 to 250. Oh well, I think there's meant to be some logic there somewhere. Also, you can actually dig up the Brittle Cartography Journal and use it with an archaeology skill of level 1, down from 575. Wait a minute, I've already dug it up at level 1 and used it, and it's put my archaeology at 700. Oh well. Well, I don't know what changes they reckon they've been making with archaeology in 6.1, but apparently they're better. So there we go, that's pretty much all of the profession changes. Just a few other things to quickly note. Number 1, Black Rock ore is now going to give the correct amount of experience when you mine that, the same amount that true iron ore is currently offering on the live servers. Number 2, blacksmiths, shields are no longer contributing towards the 1 of 3 crafted sets which you can wear, so you can make a shield, equip it, and still have a weapon, shoulders, head, whatever you want to wear on top of that. And then finally, scribes. If you don't know what a scribe is, just look in trade chat. You'll find them under stuff like Inscriptor, Inscriptinator. Anyone got an Inscriptogram? They'll answer to pretty much any of those. These following glyph recipes are now no longer sold by vendors. That's the glyph of Cleanse, Flying Fists, Purification, Purify Spirit, and Solstice. So are these profession changes any good? Well, the rush orders are definitely going to be a benefit to a lot of people because they're going to allow you to get your hands on some difficult to gain materials very, very quickly indeed. Nothing wrong with that. They're definitely in the plus column. But if we look objectively at the other profession changes, and I don't mean brutally honestly, I literally just mean objectively, then the vast majority of those really should have happened in 6.0, never mind 6.1. A lot of them should have been in the game from the very start. For example, alchemists, why weren't they able to create their Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone in 6.0? That didn't make any sense. And on top of that, why couldn't they transmute an item either, especially with how difficult it was to get your hands on Savage Blood, something else which completely missed the mark. The fragment fiasco with Archaeology, that's something which should have been hotfixed within 2 weeks of Warlords of Draenor being released, never mind waiting 3 months for some grandiose 6.1 tweak. Yeah, let's face it, a lot of these changes to professions are stuff which could have easily been hotfixed between 6.0 and 6.1 coming out. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch. Those links are in the description below. I'll be back with more stuff very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.